Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. I just got done doing my Wim Hof deep breathing exercise. I've mentioned this in other videos. It's really a great way to start your day. I've got a oximeter which checks your oxygen level and your red blood cells coursing through your blood. And as you're doing this exercise, if you have this on your finger, you'll see your oxygen level go up to 100. Um, so it's a great way to start your morning. It calms you, it relaxes you. It's 3 rounds of deep breathing and then holding your breath. Um, so I just got done with that, and as I was taking a sip of coffee, my first sip of the day, which is always a magical thing for me. That first sip, it I always I always give thanks before my first sip of the day. It represents freedom for me, freedom inside and out. When I was locked up, just tap water coffee for 5 years. It was a little rough, but you get through it. But I'm appreciative of a good cup of coffee now, and I give thanks before my first sip every morning. Um, and it just hit me today as I was sitting there having that sip of coffee, uh, like how the first night I stayed up all night doing coke and had to go to work. Like I just had a flashback of that, like the calmness after doing that deep breathing exercise, and then I just thought, holy hell! I remember the first time, like on Thursday nights back when I was riding Harleys with a group of guys. We used to go out for steak dinners on Thursday night, and then some of us after steak dinner and red wine would want to do a couple bumps of cocaine. And I remember that first time I went home with a bag of coke and thought I would reward myself for getting home safely, and did a bump and then another bump and then another bump, and before you know it, it's 6:30 in the morning and I got to get ready to go to work. And then you're guzzling vodka because you're all shaky and strung out, and I promised myself, wow, I will never ever ever do that again. And then about 100 times later, after doing it 100 more times, I still would swear to myself, because you feel so crappy, I'm never doing that again. You look like hell, you feel like hell. It's a hellish existence when you're in that cycle of chasing that dragon's tail all the time, whether it's heroin and fentanyl, pain pills, cocaine. Ay, 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 ay. I can't believe how I got caught up in that so bad. And man, if you're in that situation, you're drinking before work, you're popping pills, you're smoking weed, like, man, life can be so much easier, so much better. Oh, let's get you out of that addictive cycle. It's leads to nothing but destruction. You cannot be riding a wave that isn't going to crash. That wave is going to crash. And you know how bad mine crashed on June of 2012. But man, there was a long build up before that, and a lot of nights of staying up all night and having to go to work. I never had the option of calling in sick to work, because that just wasn't an option for me. So I always went in. And then when you go in after not sleeping all night, and maybe you have a little bit of coke left with you, when it wears out about midday, you just start crashing, and the only thing your mind says is, let's call up our buddy and get more. And then you're off to the races again, and before you know it, it's nighttime, and then after midnight, and then boonk, and then you've done it 2 nights in a row, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? So I've been there, people. It's horrible. Break that cycle. Life can be a lot easier without drugs. Peace.